Hello friends, I hope you all are doing well. In today's video, I am going to show you how you can create customized checkboxes. Unless you have Excel 365, you are aware of the fact that Developer tab in Excel doesn't allow you to alter the shape of square checkboxes. But sometimes it seems quite boring. So in today's video, I am going to show you a trick to create customized checkboxes to make your colleagues and friends go wow. In this tutorial, I am going to use a VBA, but trust me, the code that I will share with you is quite simple to implement. So let's begin with our first example. Here you can see I have a list of office items and I want to insert checkboxes against them to keep track of which tasks have been completed. Let's go to Insert tab and select any shape of her choice. I am going to choose this triangle shape. Let me draw it here. Okay. And go to shape fill and let's select no fill. And from shape outline, I am going to choose this black. So this triangle is going to be my checkbox. Now our next task is to assign it a functionality that it can behave as a checkbox. For this purpose, I am going to use a simple code. Here is my code and I will explain it later to you. Go to sheet 1, right click on it and select view code. Go to insert and select module from here and then paste your code here that we copied from notepad and save it from here. Okay, and close this dialog box from here. Then go to triangular shape and here you can see that my triangle is in working state. Now the question is, without assigning the code to triangle, how it is working. The reason is that, let me show you the code. Go to macros and select view code and let's go to edit. You can see the name of my code is isosceles triangle 1 underscore click. This name indicates the triangle shape in your sheet would be enabled with the code that you created in VBA. Okay, so without assigning this macro to the shape, this is workable. Okay, I didn't do anything to assign this macro to the triangle except the name is selected in a way that is workable on triangular shape in the sheet. Now close this and let's copy this triangular shape in the cells below. And here you can see that all the triangles are working in the sheet. Now to make it more attractive, let's apply conditional formatting here. On the list of items, select it, go to home, go to conditional formatting, select new rule, select use a formula to determine which cells to format, and here I am going to type equal to. You can see the values of zeros and ones are appearing in column D. So let's type D4. Let's fix the column D by pressing $sign, type D, and here I am going to type 4 and I am not going to fix it because I have to apply the formula on all the cells below. So type here 1. If D4 shows 1, go to format, select strike through and from color choose light blue and press OK. And press OK. Now go to format painter and apply the same on all the entries below the main entry. So here you can see the entries against which the value of triangle is 1 are changing the appearance. So you can see how this conditional formatting is working. Now if you want to remove the visibility of this 1 and 0, you can simply select the cells, go to text, color options and select white from here. You can see that these are working and it is easy to use because the developer tab checkbox give you answer in the form of true and false, and our code is generating answers in the form of ones and zeros. So counting these values are easier. Instead of using complex count function, we can simply use the sum function and just sum all the values to see how many tasks have been completed. Now let me explain the code to you. Go to View tab from Macros. Let's go to View Macros and let's select Edit from here. So let's see what this code is actually doing. Dim shape as shape. This command dim is basically used to declare variables. Okay, I have defined shp as a variable of shape. Okay, this means this variable is going to store the information that will be of the form shape. Then I have assigned the shape variable to the shape that is existing in my sheet. So here we use the command set. Set is basically used to assign any value to the variable that you have declared before. This command is basically performing the toggle function. You may have 10, 20 or multiple shapes in your sheet, but which shape to consider is defined by this command. Okay, here what I am telling my code, I am telling that go to active sheet. My active sheet can be sheet 1, sheet 2 or any other sheet. So when we don't want to define any sheet name, we use the command of active sheet, which means the sheet in which we are currently working. Okay, this application or this part of the code will start working when I click on any particular shape. When I click on triangle 1, this shows that I am clicking on triangle 1 in the active sheet. If I click on triangle 2, it sends the command to code that I am clicking on the triangle 2 in the active sheet. So this basically sends the address of the triangle on which I clicked. So this is basically the address teller to the code that where we have to perform the function. Now the next part is if shape dot fill dot for color dot rgb. Now what it is doing? Here you can see that by this variable got the address of the triangle from this command. Okay, this command is checking if the forecolor is the color that you see when any item is displayed to you. The actual color of the item that you can see is defined as forecolor. So it is checking that if the triangle for which it has got the address has a white color or not. If it is white, then next it will change the color to green. Okay, it will send the order to VBA to change its color to green. This is the RGB code of color green. And then it is asking the code that when you change the color to green, you are supposed to show 1 in that cell. Here you can see that I have used the command SHP to top left cell dot value. This left indicates that this 1 must be appearing here. Okay, but you can see that R values are existing in the same cell in which shape is existing. So why this is not causing the one to appear here? The reason is that I have drawn the triangles so small that my numeric digits are finding the space in the same cell in which shape is existing. But if I draw a large triangle, let's say it is spanning across multiple cells. Okay, and let me assign the macro. Right click on it, go to assign macro, click on it, press OK, and let's just click on it. And here you can see the value is appearing on the top left cell. So I think you got my point of why I use the command top left cell. If your shape is spanning across multiple cells, then obviously the numeric digit needs some space to appear anywhere. So I have asked the code to make it appear on the nearest left cell at the top of the shape. Okay, let me remove it from here. Let's go back to our code. Okay, that's why it is showing the value 1. Let's say my triangle is in green color. Okay, and I want to change it to white again. So then I am going to use the else option and giving it a command to again change it to color white and then show false or 0 with the shape. Okay, so this is the simplest logic which is working behind the checkbox. So now let's move towards our second example. Here I am trying to create an interesting example. Let's say we are working with some sales data and we are checking that how many targets have been achieved by our salesmen during different days of the week. So here I am using smiley shape checkbox, and here I have mentioned different target ranges that are to be achieved by our salesmen. Let me just quickly copy this smiley here. I haven't assigned any macro to them yet. Let me just paste them here. Okay. So here you can see that my smileys have been inserted with my ranges. Okay. Against them, I have written a formula. So let's see what this formula is showing. I have used a simple if conditional statement. If D4 is equal to 1, D4 is basically your target 1 range, then show the target range. Else, if this is 0 and E4 is equal to 1, E4 is basically your target 2, then show its range. If it is 0, then move to next condition and see if target 3 has been achieved. And in a similar way, I have written the formula up to target 4. Okay. Now let's assign the macro to them. Go to sheet 2, right click on it and select view code. From insert, select new module, and here I am going to paste the code. Let's paste it. Let me select this, Control C, and let me paste it here. But instead of using isosceles triangle, let's type sub smileys underscore click. Okay. And instead of green, I want to change it yellow color. So I am simply going to type here the RGB code of yellow color. Let's save it. Now our code name is smileys underscore click. Then click on this smiley, right click on it and go to assign macro, and from here choose smileys underscore click and press OK. Now let's click on it, and here you can see that I am seeing the range of target that has been achieved by the salesman. Okay. Now let's assign the macro to all of these. Click on this smiley, right click on it, go to assign macro, click this, press OK. In a similar way, go to this, right click on it, select assign macro, click on this and press OK. And let's just click on this, assign macro, click on this and press OK. Here, if I change it to white and click on this, here you can see that it is giving me this range. Okay. Now if I click on target 3, it is giving me the range of target 3. Now I have the option to squeeze them. Okay, because my formula is working and I don't need much space to show my targets with these. Okay, so let's just copy them, select them, press Ctrl C, and let's paste them here. Similarly, drag the formula down, and here you can see that in this column I can see target range achieved by the salesman. In order to remove zeros and ones, we can simply change their color to 1 and see your this data sheet is working with smileys. Okay. So this is interesting now. I hope you liked today's video. If you are new to my channel, then do subscribe to it so that you can benefit from the upcoming videos. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and also share the link with your family and friends as well. This is all for today. If you enjoyed today's video, then don't forget to hit like. Have a good day. Stay blessed.